later on. And then of course here, Mr. Rao, he was very young. We all joined at the same time. He was in PFC. Ruchi had some contact with him. I think maybe both of them were selected together for PFC, or they were in interview together. So I heard a lot about Rao without having met him also. I always knew him ki ye kaun hai. And a very pleasant person, very nice person, and we always been in touch. Ye 30 saal, Rao is a friend and a colleague throughout, if you really see. So we have interacted on many occasions, and interacted at that corporate PR level. We have interacted, and we've had our tough times in ministry together also. जब ये निकल रहा है, मैं घुस रही हूँ, tension. Then of course Das ji came to my life, and in the sense he has been an excellent colleague. I could not have found a better this thing. Who's always told me कि मैडम मैं हूँ आपके साथ, जैसा कर लेंगे मिलके. So that is something I really owe to him. And then suddenly there was this thing. Management took a decision, or people took themselves. Like Prashant moved to HR about 3 years back, and Madhurjay also was transferred. So I was we were left alone. मेरे ऊपर से भी कोई चला गया था और नीचे से भी कोई. We were left we just didn't know how we are going to be operating and how we'll be able to function. So then entered Ashutosh. Ashutosh was in the sense he was a competent officer. We had heard good things about him only from there, but then he was very new to this place, and it was Corona times, and all of us were a little shaky. So he came here, and he was a confident guy, and we kind of supported each other, and he learnt so many things which he was just not aware of. Many things fell on our lap, which were like ऐप का वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दोबारा होना था, वेबसाइट का होना था. चाहे वो शुरू में थोड़ा सुपन करके गया, लेकिन खत्म तो इसको ही करना पड़ा. So he took it very this thing. So he was in the sense, as I was in forefront, I had to handle many other fields, but there was somebody who was taking care of the background, those major things in the background for which a lot of questioning could happen. So I was little at peace. If there was nobody to look after those things, I would have really been shattered. So that was. Then entered Mr. Vijay. Very affectionate, very nice, simple person, and he showed us new ways of how to confidence से किस तरीके से करना है, घबराइए मत. That kind of confidence he gave me. So that was very nice. And then came Harjeet Singh sir. To in the sense we really gelled very well, and he was such a polite and nice gentleman that I never felt that in the sense that my opportunity is any less. So he extended my opportunities. So that is something. Sometimes somebody comes and he takes away things from you, but he did not. He rather extended me by more powers that he carried with him as a CGM, and more helping hand to me. So that was something I really welcomed in this thing. My life has been very peaceful from the time he came. And that is one. And Banwari has throughout been my lieutenant, I would say, and all the time around me and to give me this thing. वैसे बनवारी कई बार कुछ ऐसे करे, लेकिन कभी मैं रात को कहूँ, सुबह कहूँ, तो one person whom I can say and who would run for me is him. Yeah. So these are the words, and of course Bawa ji I met. Oh, ये देखो कौन आया है. ESL मैनेजर PR ESL. मैम के साथ सबसे पहले इंटर्नशिप करी थी. His father was in CP with us, and he came here for this thing. So I in the sense it was all his own doing and his own this thing. I put him in Pioneer. उसके बाद तो मैं जब पाइनियर खोलूं इसका ही आर्टिकल आ रहा है. पाइनियर खोलूं, मैंने कहा कि इसने किया क्या वहाँ जाके. So he did very well, and then he got into ESL. That is there. और ये मैडम को तो मैं बुद्धिज्म प्रैक्टिस करती हूँ, तो once she came to Kalka ji, she was in she was there. वहाँ पर मीटिंग में हम दोनों मिले थे. Yes. First time I met her there. Yes. Then after that we've been meeting. हम कई बार मैं धूप में walk करने भी जाती दोपहर को, तो we used to walk some distance together. So these are my words for everyone.
Good, right?
Like it has been a journey of lot of I would say support, and each one of you has added, and these girls, bright girls, have given me so much of this thing, that now anything that falls on my lap, I said they'll be able to handle it.
यही beauty है, बिल्कुल.
So यही चीज होती है. So we all have to be supportive to each other. We all have to do this thing, and we have to truthfully help each other. So that is one thing that I have learned in my life. That there was one boss of ours, Mr. Dave. He had told me this. He said कि जो करो truthfully करो. So that was and he told me that you are looking after media relation, madam. You have to be you have to stand by the truth.
Right.
So that was one word, this thing, and he was our boss about 10-12 years. Before that also, I had followed the similar path, but that reinforced with me. कई बार अपने पर भी शक होना शुरू हो जाता है कि whether you are doing the right thing or not. But somebody so senior has when they kind of endorse it, then you really feel that yes, you are doing the right thing.
Right.
So this is what I have to say about my journey.
Right.
It's a long journey, so
It's
many
long.
people in that, but I just confined myself to this room today. Yes.
Thank you very much. And everybody wishes you best of retired life and best of health. एंड इंद्रवान साहब बोल रहे थे 5 बजे तक फंक्शन खत्म हो जाएगा. मैं क्या PR के फंक्शन टाइम पर ही होते हैं. So now before I hand over the floor to Sharma ji for a formal vote of thanks, and before that, after that we will have a group photograph also. Sharma ji.